company. Ordinarily, two's company. But contrarily, we disagree, no matter what it happens to be.
You're the perverse one.
I agonize
Night and day with you.
to compromise.
There's no way with you.
I wish I had picked a large boa constrictor, my friend.
Are you trying to tell me something?
You're the perverse one, two's company.
Indisputably.
Two's company.
Irrefutably.
How we'd embark on old Noah's Ark, pair by pair.
Not so loud.
So ask me whose company.
Whenever I choose company.
I gotta say, two's company.
Except for this affair.
You give me mal de mer.
You know what that means?
Could we let in some fresh air?
No, madam.
Au contraire. I don't care what anybody says, Robert. I think my last book was damn good. What's the name of this critic? Where is it? Crumsholt. Figures. Son of a biscuit eater. All he does is criticize.
Perhaps that's why he's called a critic, madam.
Very funny, Robert. Maybe he doesn't like thrillers. Well, at any rate, he didn't like mine, not one single bit.
I know, madam.
Why, have you read the review?
Yes, madam.
It's made your day, hasn't it?
I wouldn't say that.
I would.
But having had the pleasure of looking at your book myself, madam, I also
Be
felt...
very careful, Robert. I'd change the subject if I were you.
Very good, madam. Have you arranged for the electrician to call?
Oh, yes, I have, but not your electrician, my electrician.
But I more or less promised Mr. Thompson the work.
Mr. Thompson is too expensive, Robert.
His men would have done an excellent job.
Yes, well, my electrician, Mr. Burton, will do an equally excellent job at half the price.
I made inquiries about Mr. Burton.
I'm not interested in your inquiries, Robert.
I didn't like his attitude when he called here.
I love Mr. Burton's attitude.
But he's not even a proper electrician, man.
He's simply going to put 2 wall lights up in the hall, and he's going to do a brilliant job.
Very good, madam. And when is Mr. Burton to be expected?
This afternoon.
Excuse me.
Robert, I don't care who that is now. I don't want to be disturbed until 12:30.
Well, of course. Excuse me, madam.
Robert, I told you I didn't want to be disturbed until 12:30.
I do know, madam, but it's Mr. Burton.
I don't care if it's Elizabeth Taylor.
Very witty indeed, madam. Is Mr. Burton the electrician? He refuses to do the job this afternoon.
But he told me he'd do it.
Leave it to me, madam.
No, wait a minute. I don't trust you, Robert. I want him to come in here. I want to see him.
Very good. You, wipe your feet. In here.
Hi there, Mr. Burton.
Oh, hello there, love.
Now, what's all this about your not being able to work for me this afternoon?
I never said that. I'll do it, but I prefer to do it right away if possible.
It's not possible. Mrs. McNabb works in the mornings.
Yes, and until 12:30, and I'll handle this, Robert. But I told you that, Mr. Burton.
Oh, yeah, but you see, I'd forgotten. I promised to be at Kempton at 2.
Kempton Park is a racecourse, madam.
I never said Kempton. I said Kensington to do an estimate. God, blimey, your butler, he'd get a bloke hung, wouldn't he?
Look, if you have to be there at what, 2, then why can't you do my job between 12:30 and 1:45?
I know, you see, I've got to be home before then, love, because they're coming to take the washing machine away. That's why I was hoping you'd let me do the job this morning so that I could get home in time to stop that happening. You see, I've got a lot of debts at the moment. It's very worrying.
What's so funny about that?
The only thing that is missing, madam, are the violins.
How long would the job take you, darling?
Oh, no time at all.
And would there be a lot of noise, or...?
Not a sound.
He's brought a baby with him, madam.
A baby?
Yeah, I've left him outside in his pram, but he's very good. He won't cry.
God, what if it rains?
He'll get wet, won't he, madam?
No, my missus is going to collect him when she's done her cleaning job. You see, times are very hard at the moment.
All right, Mr. Burton, under the circumstances, you can do the job this morning.
Oh, thanks, love. I'll go and get me stuff.
Okay.
Oh, if my missus don't arrive in time, I'll have to feed the little fella.
Oh, no, I want you to go right to work, Mr. Burton. Robert can feed the baby, can't you, Robert? No, you can whip up a little rusk souffle. Now, before you do that, I want you to go to the bank. You'd like to be paid in cash, wouldn't you, Mr. Burton?
Oh, I wish all my customers were like you, love. You got real class.
you hear that? I like Mr. Burton.
I'll give you 10 minutes, madam, before you lose your temper with Mr. Burton and throw him out.
You're wrong, Robert. Mr. Burton is a very classy electrician, and he's going to do a smashing job.
Oh, your flower pot, love. It was too near the edge of the table, caught my sleeve. Still, no harm done to the jacket.
Thank God for that.
All right.
An omen, wouldn't you say, madam?
Nothing, it was just an accident.
So was the Titanic, madam. You really have been conned.
I've not been conned. I'll bet you a pound that Mr. Burton will do a smashing job.
It would be like stealing from the blind, madam.
Okay, would you believe £5?
You're on, madam. So the baby never cries, madam. Excuse me.
What the hell did you do that for?
The element of surprise, madam, always works where babies are concerned.
Oh, you're an expert?
I like to think so, madam.
You know all about babies.
I think so. Excuse me.
Well, in that case, we haven't got any problem, have we, Robert? I mean, after you feed the baby, you can change the baby.
You expect me to change its nappy?
Well, you said you were the expert, Daddy. Rob. Mr. Burton! Oh, God. Mr. Burton!
Oh, is it tea time already, love?
Not quite, but you remember you did say there wouldn't be much noise?
Yeah, well, you can't see me from in the living room, can you?
No, darling, I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Right, OK, well, just another couple of taps and I'll be finished.
Okay. You will do a good job now, won't you?
You've got nothing to worry about.
Thanks, Mr. Burton. Mr. Burton! You've come through into my living room! Mr. Burton! What are you going to do about that hole in my living room?
Yeah, I must say I'm a bit surprised about that. I mean, you don't expect the walls to be paper thin in Chelsea, do you?
No.
And look at this plaster.
Please don't do that on the rug.
You know what it means?
What does it mean, Mr. Burton?
Frost.
Frost, I see.
The frost got to it.
Uh-huh. Let's forget about the weather forecast and you tell me what the hell you're going to do about that hole in my living room wall.
Oh, well, that'll be all right. See, because it'll be covered by the wall light, see?
But the wall light belongs in the hall, Mr. Burton.
So?
So you'll still see the hole in my living room.
Will you? Oh, yeah, I suppose you will.
Mr. Burton, you got to do something about this before my butler gets back, and I'm not kidding.
You're not scared of him, are you?
No, of course I'm not scared of him. Why should I be scared of my own butler? He's just got this insane idea that you don't know what you're doing.
Oh, he's a stirrer, is he?
Oh, yeah, that's what he is. That's exactly, he's a stirrer.
Well, you don't want to take no notice of him, love. I mean, what is he? He's nothing but a jumped-up snob.
Right. What are you going to do about the hole?
Hey, you are scared of him.
No, I mean the hole, Mr. Burton.
What about it? Well, you must be scared of him.
I'm not... Tell me, wait, there, go out in the hall.
Yeah.
And put that wall light over the hole.
But what?
No, with the other wall light, and give me this one.
Look, you
Take
would-
that. Just
Yeah.
go out in the hall and do as I'm telling you. Will
Would
do
you
that?
like me to have a quiet word
No, I
with him?
don't want you to have a quiet word with anybody. I want you to get out and do
All
as
right,
I'm telling you.
okay, you're the boss.
Put that up there.
Going to put the kettle on, Polly? Oi, Polly. I don't like bullies, you know what I mean?
Made a botch of it yet?
No.
You will. I thought the wall light was for the hall, madam.
Oh, Robert, I didn't hear you come in. No, I thought one of them might look kind of cute in here.
It doesn't go with the room, madam.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Let me hold it for
I want to hold it.
But you can't see it in perspective, madam.
Oh, yes, I can.
Yes, but It's not even in the center.
I don't want it in the center. It's too obvious. Robert, don't you have something to do or someplace to go? I've got a wonderful idea. Why don't you walk that baby?
The baby is no longer with us, madam. It's been collected. Bringing it here was obviously designed to get your sympathy, and it worked.
Well, then I tell you what, you know what I'd really love, Robert, is a cup of coffee. Hot coffee. Yes,
Certainly, madam.
please.
Do sit down.
I don't want to sit down. I want to have it standing up. I want you to... Mr. Burt?
What is it, love?
You're gonna have to bring that hall light back in here into the living room.
Oh, anything you say, love. Whoop! Oh, that nearly done it.
What happened out there?
You'll never believe this, but I nearly dropped your wall light.
Yes, I'll believe it. Robert, can't you see that I'm trying to work?
I forgot to give you the cash from Mr. Burton.
Well, that's all right. Just put it down any place on the desk, any place. Just put it down.
Madam, I would like to talk to you about...
Please leave me alone, Robert. In peace.
Yes.
What's he doing now, Robert?
I think he's lifting the floorboards, madam.
Has he lost something?
To hide the cable, madam.
The cables? Never mind. It's just that I do find it so hard to work with all the noise.
I did warn you, madam.
Oh, I'm not blaming Mr. Burton. Don't think for 1 minute I'm blaming Mr. Burton. He's got his job to do, and he's doing it.
Do you realize that wall light isn't straight, madam?
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Look, I know when a wall light is straight and when it isn't. And that wall light is straight. All right, maybe it's a little crooked. I like it that way. It's interesting.
It wasn't put there to hide a hole, was it, madam?
Oh, Robert, don't be silly.
It's just that you never mentioned to me that you wanted wall lights in the living room.
What, do I have to tell you everything?
You normally do, madam.
Look, I have a lot of secrets, Robert. Lots of secrets, and nobody knows anything about my secrets. And one of my secrets is that I like a wall light in the living room.
So you won't admit that he's a butcher,
You're
madam?
not a botcher.
Sufficient proof, madam?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Don't you know anything about electricity? I mean, you can't have a wall light without a cable. All right, there's your cable.
But it's nowhere near the wall, madam.
Well, there must be a reason for that.
There is. The man's useless.
He is not useless. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Making holes all over the house.
Robert, you're exaggerating. He's made one tiny hole in the ceiling. My God, you need a telescope to see it. I'm sure Mr. Burton will find a way to cover that hole. Maybe with another wall light.
I'm sorry to trouble you, but have you seen my cable?
That what you're looking for, Mr. Burton?
Hello? That should have come down in the hall. You know what it means?
It just means that you've made a mistake and you're human like all the rest of us.
No, it means you've got something wrong with your joists.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, but don't worry, I know what I can do.
What are joists, Robert?
Stop the house from falling down,
Oh,
madam.
my God, Mr. Burton, don't do anything about the joists.
Well, I couldn't if I wanted to, love. I'm not a builder.
No, he's a demolisher.
Do you know anything about electrics?
Do you?
Would you like to come outside and repeat that?
Just a minute now. Let's all try to cool it, fellas.
Look, I do have feelings, love.
I'm sure you do, Mr. Burton.
And like everybody, I can be hurt.
I'm sure you can, Mr. Burton.
So why does he keep picking on me?
Wait a minute, let's not get into group therapy. Just not, maybe some other time. We're not so busy. Now listen, you tell me because you're the expert. What do you intend to do about that cable?
That cable. Well, I'm going to run it along into the hall,
Right.
directly above the wall light.
Terrific.
I'll just take some measurements.
Okay.
I ain't got my ruler. Don't worry, it won't be long now, love.
Before the ceiling caves in.
Watch it.
What?
What?
You asked me to watch it.
He was speaking figuratively, madam.
Sorry.
I don't like sarcasm, love. It gets my dander up. So, like I just said, watch it.
You saw his method of measuring, madam.
Just because you got him all nervous and upset.
Nervous? Is that why he threatened me with fisticuffs?
Oh, fisticuffs. Robert, he did not threaten
He
you.
most certainly did, madam.
When?
When he told me to watch it. You've made an error of judgment, madam, and you'd rather see your house destroyed than admit it.
I know what you're up to. You're trying to get that poor man all nervous and upset so he'll make mistakes. Nothing would please you more than if this whole house fell on top of my head. Mr. Burton, your cable is showing. Am I where?
Are you in the hall?
No, darling, I'm in the living room.
But it's come down in the hall.
No, it's come down in the living room again.
Not according to my measurements, love.
Darling, stay right where you are, okay? And I'll do a little measuring on my own.
Okay.
All right. How far, Robert, how far am I from the wall?
About 15 feet, madam.
This wall.
I'm so sorry, madam. About 2 feet.
All right. Now, we're measuring in arms. We're not measuring in feet. Now, how many arms am I from the cable to the wall?
I would suggest 2 of yours and 1 of mine, madam.
Do you get that, Mr. Burton?
Get what?
The distance from the cable to the wall is 2 of my arms and 1 of my butlers.
Thanks, love.
And another, oh, give or take, half an arm to the right will get you into the hall. Have you got it?
Did you say 2 arms length to the wall?
Yes, darling. 2 of mine and 1 of Robert's.
That's 3 arms.
Right, 3 arms.
But you said 2 arms.
No, darling, I said 3 arms. You said 2 arms.
You said 2 of yours.
That's right, and 1 of Robert's. And another half an arm to the right will get you into the hall.
Which arm?
Whose arm? My arm.
I mean, are you facing the window?
What? No, but wait a minute. I can. Hold on. Yes, all right, now I'm facing the window.
And the hall is now to your left.
Oh, my right.
So if the hall is to your left...
But the hall is to my right.
But you said right when I said left.
I said right, because the hall is to my right.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
I could have sworn it to you left. Well, still, I suppose you know what you're doing.
Whiskey and soda, madam.
No, thank you.
Would you like me to get rid of him, madam?
No, thank you. Mr. Burton,
Hello?
your cable has now come further into the living room.
Hello? You know what that means? You don't know your left from your right.
Would you like me to call Mr. Thompson, madam?
No.
You don't think your sense of loyalty is somewhat misguided?
No, I do not. I have complete confidence in that man.
No, you haven't, madam.
Yes, I have, or I wouldn't have said it.
Oh, yes, you would, madam. Now, in order to prevent any further damage to your property, madam, I'm prepared to forget our little bet.
No, don't be so silly. You're just saying that because you're afraid of losing.
You just have to look at the ceiling, madam. He's made 3 holes already.
There you are, Mr. Burton. I was so worried about you, I thought you might have gotten nailed under the floorboards. How's it all?
There's no problem, love, except I can't get used to this continental colouring. Does either of you know, is blue the live wire?
Brown is live, blue is neutral.
That's what I thought.
What is the matter, Robert?
That maniac could have fused the entire house, madam.
God, you don't You don't look well, Robert. You know what I'm going to let you do? Just take the rest of the day off.
Thank you very much indeed.
Right, and once you get out of the house, I'm sure he'll regain his confidence and everything will be just terrific.
You think so, madam?
I'm willing to double the bet.
You're on. £10, madam.
Okay.
You do promise to play fair, don't you, madam?
Oh, my God, I wouldn't have it any other way. Hello, hi. Mr. Thompson there? What? Yes, hi there.
Before I do anything else, love, I must just check the circuit.
Go ahead.
So when I switch on from the hall,
Yeah.
that wall light should come on, okay?
Right,
Watch the burn.
I will. You do anything you want.
Hello, it didn't come on then. It's not come on.
Everything else has, look. And now my stereo's out.
But, I mean, that's not possible.
Well, it is possible. They're all out. My stereo's gone.
Look, tell me, who did the wiring here? Because whoever he was a right botcher. I mean, I'm going to be on this another week, aren't I?
No, I'm very sorry, but the job has to be done today.
But why?
Because my butler insists on it.
Well, look, just what is this old he's got over you? Look, I'm going to have it out with him.
No, I'd rather you didn't do that, Mr. Burton.
But I need the money desperately.
Oh, don't worry about the money. I mean, you're going to get paid. For heaven's sakes, look, I've got it right here, Mr. Burton. Oh. You're going to get paid. You just take this money and go. On one condition. If you ever run into Robert, you promise not to mention this to him, won't you?
You have my word, love.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Burton.
Yeah, don't you think you ought to go to the police about it?
No. It's just something I'm going to have to learn to live with. Now, you just go, Mr. Burton.
Oh, would you mind if I made a quick phone call?
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Oh, hello there, girl. Yeah, I've done the job and I've been paid in cash. Yeah. So that means that we can get to Kent on time. Yeah. All right, love. See ya. Well, anytime you want anything done, you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. I know who to call.
And it's not just electrics, you know. I do carpentry, decorating, plumbing, you name it, I'm the go. And you won't forget me, will you?
No, darling. I'll never forget you, Mr. Burton. 4, 3, 7, 4. Mr. Thompson! I got a job for you to do, and I'm telling you, you better get over here right away, or I'm not going to be responsible. Is that you, Robert?
Good evening, madam.
Did you have a good time?
Yes, thank you, madam.
Good.
Mr. Burton completed the job, then.
Looks that way, doesn't it?
Amazing.
Not really. If you have faith in a man, you have faith in a man, that's all.
Very true, madam.
I was right about him, wasn't I, Robert?
It would appear so, madam.
And you were wrong. Well, that's satisfaction enough for me, so we'll just forget about our little bet, won't we? Under the circumstances, I can afford to be charitable.
Regrettably, I can't, madam.
Can't what?
Afford to be charitable.
I thought the British were supposed to be such good losers.
Not when they've won, madam.
But you've lost, Robert.
I telephoned Mr. Thompson this afternoon, madam.
You did?
Yes.
That's a very sneaky thing to do, Robert.
I'm delighted his men were able to complete the job satisfactorily, madam.
Well, not quite, Robert. And so they're coming back tomorrow to sort things out.
Sort things out.
Yes, you see, Mr. Burton got very, very confused when he saw all those cables coming out of your basement flat. So I'm afraid, Robert, just for tonight, You're gonna need this.